in the NBA when they do the collective bargaining agreement? I don't know if you're a sports guy or not.
I'm a huge sports fan.
Okay, who do you like? Who are your teams?
Well, the Texas Longhorns, anything they play.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Well, you guys got a good quarterback. My son wants to meet him. He's
a great guy.
Big fan of his. Yeah, that's what I hear from everybody. But so look at different teams, different sports, and think about it from the standpoint of which teams would you buy. I wouldn't touch the NBA today. I just don't trust what they're doing. But in sports, each sport is different. You got owner, fan, player, right? NBA became too player friendly. When it became too player friendly, the players owned it. All-Star game sucks. They've lost the dunk contest. People don't even watch. It's the first time I didn't watch All-Star game. It's horrible. The regular season games suck. There is no defense. You know, they're averaging 120 points a game, which we're accustomed to 89 points, 95 points a game back in the 90s.
You sound like a Knicks fan.
Yeah, well, you know, Bulls, Cavs, you know, although I'm a diehard Laker fan up until LeBron showed up.
I was trying to trigger you. I'm a Celtics fan.
So you really? Okay, that's good. So Lakers, Knicks, I was there the last time we beat you guys in Game 7.
Oh, come on now.
Kobe. I was at the game. I took my pastor, Dudley Rutherford. We had a great game.
What a game.
What a great game, yes. For us, you guys had a hard time that day, but you now have more than we do. But you have one more chip than we do now.
I was just growing to like you. Come on now.
But when you think about these things, you know, and you watch how NFL does it, which NFL protects the small markets, and you get a superstar, he's going to stay with you for 15, 20 years. You're not going to lose him. You go to the NBA, God forbid you bitch and moan, trade him, or else, you know, I'm going to go on social media. I think NFL has it figured out. I think MLB's doing okay, although they're allowing Dodgers to get a little bit too powerful, the bigger guys. To you, who is your number one? Okay? So you got player, owners, fan. Who is the number one customer to Heritage?
The American people.
The people are the number one. Donors or the people?
No, the people. Now, but I say people, I really mean everyday Americans. People who are small business owners, blue-collar workers, grandmas, whoever they are. Now, of course, several 100,000 of them will also be donors to us, you know, for the most part, small donors, and we very much treasure them. So in no way am I being dismissive or ungrateful, obviously, but the reason Heritage has been so successful, the reason people call us, other people say this about us, we try not to engage in this, call us the most influential conservative think tank in the world, is because we put the American people first. And so I'll tell you a story that underscores this. A few years ago, 4 years ago now, I was asked to come into a meeting of Republican senators to try to, by the conservative senators in the Republican conference, stop the end-of-year omnibus, which is just fancy Washington speak for spending more money that we don't have. And I went in and I said, I'm not here on behalf of my colleagues who are budget scholars, although I rely on their work. I'm not here on behalf of our board, although I'm grateful for their service. And I'm definitely not here on behalf of, you know, my importance, whatever that may be or not be. I'm here on behalf of Heritage members. And I have to speak on their behalf and say, you have to stop spending this money. That mindset that has allowed us to be influential because we then pair that with what I think is the policy brilliance of our colleagues, and then in some cases, policymakers who are willing to become our spokesman on things.
What is the average age? That's what I'm searching, Brian. What is the average age of a donor at Heritage right now?
Probably late 60s.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Is that pretty accurate with TPUSA as well, or no?
Probably not. I've talked to Charlie about that, although I forget what theirs is. And part of that is Heritage is one of the 2 or 3 largest membership-driven organizations, and because a lot of that is through snail mail, that donor base will skew older.
Yeah, I'm curious, and the reason why I'm asking this question is the youth. So what are you doing to win over the youth? Because if you look at what's going on right now, so even with the topic of social media that we started off with, right? You'll see these guys going viral. And, you know, the Gaza situation, Palestine and Israel and genocide. We've all seen these debates on Piers Morgan. You've been on a couple of the debates, right, yourself. So what is your plan or Heritage's plan on hear them out, maybe speak to them, maybe see why they see the way they say the things they say? What is Heritage's plan with the youth?
two big things, and I appreciate the question because I'm still a teacher at heart. And so while I'm probably not the best as a Gen Xer to be the messenger, I have a great passion for my colleagues who are engaged in that. But two big things. On the one hand, be us. Be authentic, which is not an arrogant comment.
Did you say be us?
Be us. Be heritage.
Yeah, got it.
What do we offer the conservative movement? What do we offer the United States of America? I think the best policies that are out there. And a lot of those policies have to do with issues that young Americans care deeply about, like affordability, like a much more restrained national security posture. But the second thing is we've had to learn to adapt to the environment we're in. And so we have invested a lot in not just social media, but what I would say is to be present. And so even in my own speaking engagements, engagement with organizations around the country, we have a preference for those organizations that are working to reach the younger electorate. Why? Because we've pretty much figured out how to talk to people who are my age and older. And not that we'll always take that for granted, right? But we know how to do that. Let's go work with Turning Point. This is why Charlie and I became good friends. It's why we continue to collaborate with Turning Point.
How do you guys collaborate? How does Heritage and
a couple of ways. It'll sound a little simplistic, but it does speak to a larger trend. We try to do co-branded events, and so that we're trying to get our base and their base at the same event, although they're good at both of those. And the second thing is, I mentioned earlier in our conversation, this issues advocacy part of Heritage called Heritage Action. It's a 501c4. It can do more generally defined political things. Mm-hmm. We do some collaboration with Turning Point Action on some of those issue campaigns. And it's allowed us to take some of the tactics that they have used and perfected with younger Americans and integrate that into our own work.
Who is the biggest spokesperson for Heritage that's in their 20s?
Well, this Emma Waters, which might be early 30s, but Emma Waters is in that category. And what's wonderful about Emma is that she's become, I think, the leading scholar on family policy, on right-minded ways, including policy and culture, to witness to family life and the role that federal government may play in that.
When we set out to create a shoe that blends comfort, function, and luxury, we had the choice to make it fast. We had the choice to make it cheap. We chose neither. Instead, we chose Tuscany, Italy. We chose true Italian craftsmanship, each pair touched by 50 skilled hands. We chose patience, spending 2 years perfecting every detail, and we chose the finest quality at every step. Introducing the Future Looks Bright collection. Not rushed, not disposable, not ordinary. Rather, intentional, luxurious, timeless. If you enjoyed this video, you want to watch more videos like this, click here. And if you want to watch the entire podcast, click here.